Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 15 of my full platinum walkthrough for Demon's Souls on the PS5. Right, we're going to go and finish off the Valley of Defilement, Rotting Haven, 5-3, whatever you want to call it, that's what we're doing next. Maiden of Astraea, that is our next archdemon that we're going to take on. So there's a well-known way to kill the Maiden of Astraea without having to actually do anything, and that's with a bow and arrow. But we are a magic build, so we can't use a bow and arrow because we don't have enough strength or dexterity. What we do have is fire spray. I'll get it right one day. Fire spray. And that's what we're going to be using. So straight from the end of the last video, so walk back to the archstone from the end of the last video. Make a save here in case anything goes wrong. So back up your save here before you go into this boss fight. And yeah, just in case you don't get the trophy. And yeah, this is the area, so it's a big area. I'm just sort of showing you the cutscene at the beginning here, and then we go fast forward, and you can see Garl Vinland there. So it is a big area, and there isn't initially a fight straight away, so don't worry about being attacked because there isn't one. This fight is actually really weird. You can get to kill herself if you do kill Garl Vinland first, but we need to kill her without going near Garl Vinland for a trophy. Yeah, don't fall down here. So just ignore that crystal lizard. It's not anything we need. So if you get stuck, you can kind of roll back up. Usually what you do, I'm just going to show you this other way first in case you are strength and you're able to use a bow, basically. You would come this way, kill these guys. These guys don't bother you at all. So just get them out of the way. And you can just see in the distance there's a kind of a light. That is Maiden Astraea. So if you have a bow that you can use, you can do it from here. Just keep peppering her with arrows. You'll need a lot, but just keep going and you'll kill her eventually. But we can't use one, so we're going to have to do it a different way. You may have just seen a purple sort of enemy walk down then. That's Garl Vinland getting out of the way. So that's another way to get him out of the way. Go round to that area and you'll see him sort of walk down to sort of cover Maiden Astraea. If you don't do that, he'll be stood here. Not here. Here. And he'll block your way. And he'll try and kill you if you try and get past. But if you force him to walk down by going the other side first, he'll just stay at the bottom. You see he kind of walks towards you. You want to find a sweet spot here where he sort of doesn't come towards you. So about here. And he'll just set in place and he'll stay still. And what you need is fire spray. And get the crisp blade out. Obviously you're going to need to start casting it. And you're just going to have to cast it like this. Into the distance. And try and hit Maiden Astraea. You can't aim it. Because you can't lock on and it's just random at this point. It will hit her, so you can see it's just hitting it and I moved, unfortunately. But try and find that sweet spot. It might take you a minute just to get the aiming right. It can be a bit touchy. I'm messing around a bit on the stick here. I will get it in a moment, don't worry. And this is what we're going to do, so you can just kind of see I missed it again and moved again. It is just a bit of fine-tuning. Find that sweet spot. There we go. So eventually you're going to hit her. Yes, she will heal. Don't worry about that. Oh, lost it again. We'll get it in a moment. It can't. It's a bit finicky because it is quite far away. So if you just kind of... I think I get it now. There we go. So once we're on, just keep firing at her. And it takes so little MP that you can just keep going until she starts healing. When she starts healing, just stop. Refill your MP. And she won't fully heal. Just quite a bit though. She'll probably do it twice and then just keep going. And that's as simple as this fight is without going near Garl Vinland, which is what we need to do for the trophy. May you be unharmed is the trophy we're doing. And yeah, that's it. As simple as that. Get it all the way down. I think it's this time. Yes, oh dear Lord. And that's it. Done. So you'll get both Maiden Astraea's trophy, which is there. And may you be unharmed afterwards, which is also there. So there is another way you can get to her as well if you just run past, but I'm about to demonstrate. This stuff on the floor is horrible. It will give you the plague, which is worse than poison, and there's horrible little babies everywhere. It's a horrible place. The babies don't come this far down, but behind me they will. You get plagued really quickly. Don't worry, Garl won't come near you anymore. Leave him alone, don't fight him. Get the ring from there and also get the demon soul, obviously. and then go back to the Nexus before you die of plague, because you do not want to die in human form yet. We need to do a White World Tenancy event, and that's what we're going to do for the rest of the video, because that's pretty much that area done. We're done with that now. All the demons dead, so yeah. We're actually going to clean up some White World Tenancy events now, which will mean once we do 1-3, which is what we're going to do in the next video, after that we're clear to go into Black World Tenancy. So dying in human form after this video is not a problem anymore. It's actually encouraged, to be honest. And you're going to see me do that in this. We don't need to keep White World Tenancy in World 2. So, not World 2. Yeah, World 2, sorry, not Tower of Latria. In Stonefang Tunnel. We don't need White World Tenancy there. So, I'm actually going to use this human form to go and die there. We need to die 7 times in each world. Yeah, it's a lot. You can regain human form with Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. That's why we've been collecting them this whole time. You should have, sort of in your late 20s, that many. You can buy 3 here from patches. They're 30 grand a piece, which is a lot. Hopefully you won't need to do that, but there's 3 there. In the previous video, I showed you that there were 3 where the giant depraved, yes, giant depraved were in the middle of the swamp. We didn't get them, but I showed you where they were. If you need them, you can go and get those as well. Giant depraved also drop them as a random drop, so we can get them there. There's plenty of ways to get them. Plus one, there is a few other ways to drop it, which I will go through in the next video when we're actually doing it, but we're just kind of preparing to do that now. Yeah, so I'm going to go to Stonefang Tunnel here. I'm just going to go to this area, whichever, it doesn't really matter, and die. So I'm letting this guy kill me very slowly while I'm in human form, and that is going to shift the world tenancy in this place. So it has sort of 6 stages, 7 stages. You need to die 7 times. We're in pure white at the moment. To get it all the way to pure black, you need to die 7 times in human form. So if you do the maths, that's 35 Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. There is a way we can drop World 1 by 3 stages without using any eyes. There is actually a way to drop most of these, but it involves killing NPCs, and that will wreck your character tendency. So we're not going to do it that way, but that is the quickest way. Obviously we can't do that because we need the character tendency to be pure white first, but we need to be in Black World Tenancy to get the pure white character tendency. Yeah, it's pretty confusing. So at this point here, I'm just going to go and do the White World Tenancy events. So if you go to Upper Latria next, we're going to run all the way to the first tower and get a key, which will now be there, and that is a pure White World Tenancy event. It will not be there if you don't have pure white. And we do need this for a ring, so that's what we're going to do. So yeah, about the world tenancy, shifting that to black, I'll go through all of that in the next video. Not the next video, the video after next, when we're actually doing the events. But yeah, Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, you should have more than enough. There is another way to get human form without it, and that is by not invading, but helping other players. You'll get human form once you come back. Not ideal to do it that way because you can wreck your character tendency by accident. So it's there if you need to do it, but there are other ways which we'll use first. So yeah, go through this way. You'll see that the sword is just melting these enemies now much quicker. And spells as well, you'll notice. Yeah, we're going to run all the way to the first tower. I'll show the whole thing. I don't want to cut anything out because in case you don't know where you're going, you might still be new to this game and have no idea where I'm going. Although you have been here already, it might still feel a bit foreign to you. So kill these guys. Yeah, they die pretty quickly now. Just gonna switch my healing item out to Crescent because obviously we just need the lowest version of healing at this point. Now there is an item we have called Nexial Binding, which will take you back to the Nexus at the expense of all of your souls. You'll lose them all. So you can use that to get back if you want, but I'm going to show you the run back as well. But if you're not bothered about souls, if you'd rather go farm them somewhere for a bit, or if you don't have that many, whatever, you can use that to go straight back, and it's going to cut out the run back time for you. But just be aware, you will lose all of your souls. There is another item as well called the Shard of Archstone. I believe it is a consumable, so you may have some, you may not. You should have at least one. That will take you back to the Nexus with all of your souls. But, like I said, it's consumable, so you have to actually collect them. The Nexial Binding you can use an infinite amount of times. It's just an escape route. So if later on, when we're not sort of bothered about souls, maybe when we're doing Black World Tenancy events, we'll just use it to get the hell out of there, just to speed the process up. So this is the tower we need to go to. You will recognise it. It's where the first chain was, where we dropped the beating heart, stomach thing, whatever the hell that was. There is a gargoyle behind me. We'll get him on the way back down. Yeah, so this thing where we cut those 4 guys down. If you would have come up here just with normal tendency, not pure white, this plank will not be here. So this is pure white. If you're in pure white, that will be there. That's the reason we're doing this. And you can go all the way to the top at that point, and there's a key up there, which will open up a cell in 3-1, in Prison of Hope, which will free Rydell. You may remember him, you may not. He was a blue phantom trapped in a cell. That's what we're doing. Once you free him, he gives you a ring, the Dull Rat's ring. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm going to do the run back now. But like I said, if you want to use Nexial Binding, you can do that and go straight to the Nexus. And then from there, go straight to the Prison of Hope. You will have to obviously skip the video forward. But I don't want anyone getting lost. And if you want to keep your souls, you're going to have to go this way. So you're basically retracing your steps all the way back. That's essentially what I'm doing. So, yeah. There he is. I knew there was one. I miss my lift now because he's messing around. And there we go. So just world 1-3 after this. There is a world 1-4 as well, which is kind of the final boss of the game-ish. Whatever we want to do, you don't want to do world 1-4 until you're ready to finish the game. We will be making backup saves and reverting back to saves at this point, because we need to get to pure black character tendency for a ring. But we don't want to start New Game Plus with pure black character tendency, because it makes the game harder, and we New Game Plus is hard enough. We don't want to be at a disadvantage because of black world tendency. So we will be making backup saves and using them. We need to make one anyway for the end of the game because of the 2 endings. But yeah, it's it's very complex if you're trying to balance things. Yeah, especially when it comes to world and character tendency. There are quicker ways to do world tendency, like I said, which is kill NPCs. This guy we're going to save here, if you kill him, you will get a reduction of sort of 3 steps of world tendency, but you will wreck your character tendency, which is a shame. But we're trying to do this as quickly as possible in one-ish playthrough. We've got to do obviously the second one, or half a one, for extra boss souls. But it's, yeah, we want to do as little as possible, sorry, in the New Game Plus. So we're trying to squeeze it all in here at the end. Right, go to the Prison of Hope now and head to Rydell. So from the Archstone, turn right and go upstairs. It's the way you came. It's the way you go through this area. You will have to deal with the Mind Flayers, but we can one-shot them now, which is amazing. Yeah, it just makes them so much easier. So go down here. This is the way we've come through. This is the way you just go through this area at this point. So Soul Ray will one-shot them now. Probably without the Crisp Blade, to be honest. And don't get too overconfident knowing that you can one-shot them. Because this can happen. I didn't realise he was right. I should have expected him. He was right there. I did not see him at all. Should have had my sword out. But luckily he only kills us. Or reduces half my health, should I say. Doesn't kill me. Nearly got me. Yeah, that was not the smartest. And then I've got these guys coming up behind me for some reason. Yeah, so one shot with a sword as well. So it might just be easy to do that. So yeah, don't get overconfident. You can still die. Take this left-hand path. It's as if we were going through the area to get to the boss. This Rydell's on the bottom. And it does open up a... once you've sort of freed him, an extra gate will open up. So go down these stairs here. Which I will explore it. I'll show you the area. There is a stone of Ephemeral Eyes in there. So it's worth just having a quick look. But the rest of the stuff we don't need. So don't go all the way down. Go to this one. There will be a Mind Flayer here. One shot. And then run all the way to the end. And you'll look for the blue. You'll hear him start screaming. There he is. Not there. That one. Yeah, and just open the gate with the key that we got from the top of the tower. And he's going to give us a ring. And the dull rat's ring. So that's all we've done this for, is to get that ring. But, of course, you need to be in pure white world tendency to do this. There we go. Now, at this point, you don't, but you can kill him and it reduces the world tendency. He is one of sort of 5. We have to come back and kill his Black Phantom form later on when it's in pure black world tendency to get the character tendency to pure white. So we'll be back to kill him, but not in that form. That will wreck our character tendency if we do that. So don't do that. Here's this thing again. Yeah, you should be able to kill this very quickly now with the Crisp Blade and Soul Ray. I'm waiting for it to shoot and it doesn't. Nope. Okay. So you could just run past that if you want, to be honest. You're heading to this door here. So this door on the right hand side here was locked and shut and not here. But now it is, because we're in pure white. So we can go up and have a look. And the first thing we're grabbing is the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. And that is all we need from here. So nothing up there. It's just a statue. There's a door here. There are quite a few Mind Flayers in here. Actually, 3, I think. 2 or 3. No, 3. 3 of them in here, so watch out for those. That's what we kind of came for, I suppose. And then you want to open the cells up if anything's in them. But do watch out for these guys at the end. So we'll go back to that one in a minute. Don't worry, there's no drops or anything. You can't die up here. Unless one of these things kills you, obviously. There's one at the end as well, and then there's one on the opposite side as well. Thought it was going to get me. He didn't. Good chance to get some aged spice as well. Hopefully you get some as a drop from them. So all this is just gravy, stuff we don't... Noble's Lotus we may use, should have more than enough by now though. Yep, don't need to open that one. Or that one. This one I believe we cannot open yet. Yeah, can't open yet. But we'll go and get the key in a minute. That's from the Mind Flayer. That one we cannot open yet either. There is another guy down here, so be ready for him. So the key is in the last cell at the end here. Is it the last one? This one here. So you can open this one, and this will have the Prison of Hope 2FE key in it. Nothing in there. And now it's just a case of clearing out. Like we said, we don't really need it. Mercurystone chunk. But for the sake of doing it while we were here, you might as well have a look around. Because this place will shut off later on when we go down in World Tendency. And if you ever wanted the Parrying Dagger or the Rogue's Clothing, now is the time to get it. I think this Rogue here, I think she's the one that fights us on the steps. There was a Black Phantom that I think she was the first Black Phantom we fought actually on the steps up to the boss for this area. I think that's her. It looks like it could be her. It would make sense. Probably not. I have no idea. I have to ask Vati Vidya. I'm sure he knows. Yeah, Mercurystone. We don't need Mercurystone. Not for what we're doing. But yeah, that's it. That's this place clear. So we're going to run out of here. And we're going to go back to the Valley of Defilement. Unfortunately, it's down, not up. There we go. Valley of Defilement for another White World Tendency event. And that's the final one. And that'll be the end of the video once we've done that. We're going to go this way this time just to get back to an Archstone. Again, if you're not bothered about your souls, just use the Nexial Binding to get back. Probably should have done that myself, but yeah, for anybody who needs to know where to go, I suppose it's better I actually do the run myself. It does make the video longer though, obviously. So maybe scrub forward 10 seconds. Yeah, where this Black Phantom here, we fought one here. She was a rogue. So maybe that was her in the cell up there. Yeah, so run toward, this is where we fought the boss, the doll. So run all the way to the end. And the cutscene will happen again once you go towards the altar. The little gargoyles will come down and grab you and take you up, so you can skip this. And then run up to the Archstone. And from the Archstone, go straight to the Valley of Defilement. So use R1 to go across and up to the Depraved Chasm. Now you can drop down most of this area and kind of skip it. But I do the run down the whole way so you know where you're going. But if you do know the shortcut, you can use the shortcut. We're getting to where the large depraved guy is. The first one. There's a ladder there now that wasn't there before, but because we're in pure white, it is now. We're actually going to get a trophy. We're going there to get a weapon, the Istarelle. I think it's called Istarelle, yes. And all you need to do is pick it up and you get a trophy, which is nice. Silver trophy as well. So that's the only reason we're doing this. It's not for a ring or anything. So these guys obviously do hurt, but not as much anymore. I think you can get hit 4 or 5 times this now, at least. But you should be able to one-shot them as well. So you can do the drop-off if you want to get to the bottom. But I'll show you the full way. Remember to lock on before you drop, and you'll be facing them as you do. Having said that, I for some reason lost it as I jumped. Never mind. So yeah, I'm going to clear them out so I don't get followed. So yeah, you can see how little that hurts now compared to how much that used to hurt when they used to charge you like that. Just clearing the way. Nope. Yeah, got turned around for a minute then. But yes, this is where we need to go. Drop down. I've done this so many times as well. So the drop down is here if you want to use that. But there's this is where the fog was initially. We didn't go through the fog, but there's a noble Lotus here, so that should still be there for you if you need it. And then drop all the way down. and try not to get ambushed like this. They're out of nowhere with that attack. It's so quick. Topping up. So yes, I do apologise. It's a bit of a mess, this end bit. Trying to get down to the bottom. There we go. Right, so once you go in here, you got the poison, you got the rats, which are the most important thing to avoid. The plague. Yeah, don't use the fire. I use fire spray on these guys. It doesn't really work, especially with this second one you're going to see in a moment. It's weird. I don't know what's wrong with fire spray and the other one. That sort of, you just can't hit things with it. And when I do eventually hit it, it's too close and I poison myself. So don't do that. Because the whole point of using ranged is that you don't poison yourself. If you do, you got some Noble's Lotus, you should use that. So yeah, use a Soul Arrow. It's probably better. We'll get there in a minute. So we've got the rats coming up. You're going to want to use fire spray to pick these off one at a time. These got plague, so they will make short work of you. Unless you've got Widow's Lotus. You should be able to one-shot them all. But this is where we need to be now. One left. So here I actually get a yeah, an Archstone Shard, which I didn't realise was a drop from these rats, to be honest. Which is actually quite a rare item. Quite a good drop. Yes, this ladder was not here initially. This is now here because of pure white. You may remember these two guys. They were there. They usually drop down on top of you when you're trying to fight the big guy. So yeah, watch out for those. And then be careful up here. It's very narrow up here. So push into the wall as you're sort of walking up. And be aware with your shield up the whole time. Load of guys in here. I don't know why I can't hit this one. I obviously know why. I'm bouncing off the wood, but I just couldn't get through to this guy. Even when I'm right next to him, still can't get him. There we go. So there's a big guy across the bridge here. So fire spray is probably best. Or Soul Ray, whichever. Fire spray obviously allows you to back away while he's charging you. Hopefully, if you're lucky, these guys will drop a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes for you. If you want, you can switch to the Ring of Providence. No, the Providential Ring. That's the one. That's the one. It will improve your item drop. But it will take you longer to kill enemies, just be aware of that. But yeah, if you can get the random Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, like you can farm these guys later on for them. Well, not these ones particularly, because they won't be here. You won't be able to come up here anymore. Yeah, try and get them. You should be more than enough, but just in case, use that ring. Should be able to get a drop. I do get one on the final one, not up here. I go the long way back. Well, not the long way back, but the correct way back. I don't walk back. I do get one. So it's worth going that way just in case. It's going to save you 30 grand if you have to buy one from Patches instead. Nice and easy. Right, what have you got for me? Ah yes, the Great Club. Completely useless. And this is the weapon we're here for, the Istarelle, and you should get the one of the few trophy once you pick that up. And that's it. That's all white world tendency events done. That we care about anyway. So yeah, you can now die in human form. And it's actively encouraged. Well, apart from World 1, we're not done that yet. Actively encouraged from now on. You saw me die in Stonefang before. When we've defeated the boss in 1-3. We'll actually go and die again. We'll use that human form in Stonefang Tunnel again. And then we'll do lots of dying to push it all the way down in each area, because we need to do we need to kill a black phantom in each area to get our character tendency to white. Bit of a pain, but we only need to do it the once. Don't need to do anything like that on New Game Plus. We can just breeze through the game in New Game Plus and just miss areas entirely that we don't need to touch and just run as quickly through, and that's what I'll be doing. I won't be picking up all the items and everything. I'll just, if the items are close, I'll pick them up. But yeah, I'll just be trying to get through as quickly as possible. Obviously, if you want to explore and do whatever, that's up to you. I'm just going to show you the quickest route. Yeah, these things, switch to Soul, not Soul Ray, Soul Arrow. Much easier. For some reason that kills them outright, but the fire one really does have a hard time getting them. So yeah, there's another big guy across the bridge here, of course. We're heading towards the boss area, the Archstone, just to get back. And this is the guy that drops me a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, which is good. I think I'm at about 30 at this point. You should be roughly there as well. We do need quite a few, but there are more than enough at this point. You can actually farm them from those plague babies from the Maiden of Astraea, but that is horrible. Not fun at all. So we're not going to do that. It's better to just use these two big guys we just fought. And yeah, that's it. So that's this video done. Essentially, I'm just going to do the usual cleanup. I'm going to go back, fix my stuff, drop stuff off, and level up. Or if you want to, if you have some souls, go and buy the 30 grand stone if you feel like you need to, just in case. So I've got 30. So I've got 2, and then yeah, so 30 in total now, which is more. Well, it's not. Probably need a couple more, which is fine. We'll have an extra death from the 1-3. So yeah, don't worry, we're not low or anything. There are ways to get them. We just got the ones that were on the way as we were playing through the game, and it's nearly enough. So these are all the rings you should have. You should have 21 at this point. And then we're going to repair as usual, and I'm going to show you the world tendency. You'll see that it's gone down in World 2 now. It's not sparkling anymore. And yeah, that'll be the end of this video. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.